Hey kids, my name's Nancy Creeth. I'm with the University of Illinois Extension, and I want to teach you about a fun project you could do at home. So what we're going to do today is plant a salad bowl, and hopefully you like eating fresh greens, things like lettuce, perhaps arugula, even kale. And what you could do is plant these now as a transplant, a mini seedling, or you could even purchase seed and direct seed it. And so some materials you'll need is a container, so any kind of pot, even a bucket like this would work, but what you want to make sure of is that you have drainage holes on the bottom. So the water has to go somewhere, so make sure that's flowing out the bottom so the plant doesn't drown. So a container about this size works for a salad bowl. And then you'll need to get some potting mix. So this is different than soil you find in the earth. This is something that's made from peat, P-E-A-T, and it's nice, loose, and it drains well, so it's perfect to use in containers or pots like this. You'll also have to have some plants food. So just like you need vitamins and nutrients, plants also need vitamins and nutrients. So we'll add this granulate fertilizer is what we call this, and you could sprinkle that in the pot once you get going. Lastly, of course, you'll need your plants or seeds. Here I have arugula that I grew from seed indoors, and now I'm going to put it into this bigger pot so it can grow larger. Of course, a little watering can. So if you don't have a watering can at home, I made this just from a plastic water bottle, and you could have an adult help you puncture holes in the top. And it's always helpful to have a label and a marker so you could note what you are planting. Okay, so what I did was pre-moisten or get some this potting soil wet. So what you want to do is have a tub or a bucket to do that, because when you buy this material, it's very dry, and so you have to sit there and mix it in so the soil particles attach to the water. So what we're going to do now is just fill this pot up, and you're going to fill it almost to the top. So you may leave an inch or so of headspace here, we call that, and just lightly pack it down. And then don't forget the plant food. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit, maybe about a 1/4 cup, and gently mix that in. Next up, we'll put in our plants. So again, I have arugula here, but you could easily do this with lettuce. And so this isn't very root bound, so you don't have to break apart the roots too much. And what I'll do is make a hole. You could just easily do that with your hand if you have gloves on. There's also these tools out there called a trowel, or a little hand tool that you could use to dig. And we'll put about 3 in here. And you could do a mix of different types of greens. Again, lettuces, kale, Swiss chard. Get exotic with some things you might not have tried before. And again, seed works great for this. So I just have about 3 plants in a pot this size. You'll put this out in a sunny location. You want to make sure it has about 6 hours of sun a day, and then you'll have a nice salad bowl to pick and harvest from. So as the leaves get bigger, you could just pick them off and make a fresh salad with it. And I also wanted to show you some cilantro that I planted by seed. So you see I have this labeled, and on the back I have the date. So this has been growing for about 2 weeks, and I did the same thing, fill in soil, put in fertilizer, and then sprinkle cilantro seed, and that took about 14 days to germinate or sprout. So if you don't have access to plants, of course you could just direct seed it. And then again, make sure you just water it as things dry and harvest as the leaves get bigger or mature. So I hope you are practicing healthier eating habits, and here's a great way to grow some fresh greens at home. Thank you.